okay, this is a genre that has, or a mix of genres that
Yes.
hasn't been done before. Why
Yes.
is it important to bring it now?
Well, a Western, is the genre that every filmmaker wants to do. And typically, since the mid-'70s, it hasn't been people have done Westerns more on an independent scale. It hasn't driven the box office as it had in the past. But in reading the script, I realized alien invasion is a genre that gets a lot of success worldwide, and by mashing up the two genres, it allows us to make something that really we're all passionate about, which is the Western, but putting a new twist on it that makes it relevant for audiences that didn't grow up with Westerns. So hopefully they'll cross generations and make it an interesting new twist on something while still paying respect to the classic films that we all grew up with.
Is it tough to get that tone?
Tone is that's the gig of a director. So I was very pleased today when we showed footage that the crowd reacted like it did. They were patient with the Western, and then when the Alien movie kicked in, they all they were right on. They were right with us. So it's a fine line to walk, and I think that's where all films, but Westerns specifically, of modern times, tend to run astray.
Can you tell us a little bit about the alien force that is in this movie, where they come from, maybe a little bit about what they look like and exactly what their plan is?
Well, I'll say this. We draw reference to, as far as the alien side of Cowboys and Aliens, I grew up with films like Close Encounters with Aliens, another good example, Predator, which is on the more action-y side. But all of those films were done where the alien genre verges with horror. So a lot of it is about mystery, and it's not about you're not learning a lot about the culture of the aliens. It's more about how these aliens appear and affect the people that we introduce to the Western side of things. But if you look at, I use CGI, but I tried to limit myself to what tools you would have had pre-CGI, and then using CGI to help make all of that more realistic, but not show everything full on right off the bat, but unfold things as the story goes on.
How tough is it not to lose the characters amidst all the special effects and the aliens and all that?
Well, yeah, normally, there's a challenge to let the characters pop through when you're dealing with such a high concept film. But when you have Daniel Craig and Harrison Ford and the rest of the cast that we have, even the supporting players are people like Keith Carradine, you have Sam Rockwell, Adam Beach. These are all great actors who have been leads in their own films. This ensemble really holds its own, and in the Western genre, you really, it's about character development typically and historically, and so it's really about the progression of these characters as they deal with these challenges.
Now, what was one more question? I just wanted to know, what was your favorite part about getting to play in the Western genre itself?
Well, I loved the best part about working in a Western is how many people are enthusiastic and want to do it, because you don't really get the opportunity to, and to have Harrison Ford play a cowboy it's amazing that he hasn't done it. I think he's only done it once in the Frisco Kid, but he's always played characters like that had influence, the influence of the gunfighter. If you look at Han Solo, even who he plays, Bob Falfa in American Graffiti or Indiana Jones, those are all cowboys that reinventions of the cowboy. So now to have him play one down the middle with all the gravity that he brings with his career of work, it's like working with an icon, and that really makes it fun, and his enthusiasm is very infectious as well.